Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is going to be pumping Bitcoin. There's two main reasons, and these are pretty recent as well, as to why I think this is going to happen in 2026. Let's take a look at what exactly is going on with Bitcoin as well. You guys already know it's the Bitcoin to 1 million channel. This is the channel where I post daily videos going over Bitcoin news, Bitcoin price predictions, and give you guys updates based off who is buying Bitcoin, like countries, corporations, companies, and just any other big entities. So guys, if this is the content that you guys are interested in, please do subscribe down below. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by this year. I'm at 25, so I got a long way to go. If I could get there, that would be amazing. Now let's talk about Bitcoin, guys. We're going to start off with the price, then we're going to talk about Donald Trump, then we're going to talk about some other things going on in the world. Okay, let's get right into it. So Bitcoin is at $91,000 today, pretty much stagnant. I know there's a lot of things going on in the world right now with Iran and I think Israel and whatever, a bunch of war stuff going on. This isn't a politics channel, but because of all of this, do expect some volatility in the markets, okay? Now, with that being said, guys, in the past month, Bitcoin is pretty much stagnant as well. And I mean, guys, we've had one of the most boring past 2 to 3 months ever for Bitcoin. So hopefully we can get some more bullish momentum and see some volatility, okay? I think that would be really freaking nice. Now let's talk about Mr. Trump. So President Donald Trump says he's decided who the next Federal Reserve chair will be. Now, there is a 40% chance it's Kevin Warsh, who thinks Bitcoin may serve as a substantial store of value like gold. Now, the next one is Kevin Hassett, who, if I'm not mistaken, is also pretty bullish and supportive of Bitcoin as well. Again, guys, these are all just based off of Polymarket. This is by no means a guarantee, but assuming that we do get some people that are bullish about Bitcoin and we get Jay Powell out of here, this is obviously going to be bullish for Bitcoin. Now, moving on, President Trump also says that a $2,000 tariff dividend payment will be sent to Americans by the middle of this year. Now, for those that don't remember, the last time the government started giving out money, people did a couple things. Either they went ahead and bought designer stuff like handbags or designer goods, or they went and invested it, or for a lot of people, I mean, they genuinely just needed the extra money. So obviously, this injection of liquidity is going to be pretty important and pretty big for the financial markets. Now, whether that's stocks, whether that's crypto, maybe it's even meme coins and NFTs, regardless, this is going to be very bullish and again will set the tone for what is going to happen for the future of Bitcoin. Now, speaking of Bitcoin and setting the tone, a lot of people realize that if you were to just invest in gold, silver, platinum, or maybe even the stock market within the past year, you would have made more money than investing in Bitcoin, unless you obviously timed the exact bottom and sold the exact top. Now, eventually, gold is going to reprice into Bitcoin. And what I mean by that is people that made a lot of money on gold and people that have been holding a lot of gold are eventually going to rotate that money into Bitcoin. I mean, it's just inevitable. It's just how things work, right? You're never going to hold an asset forever. Eventually, you decide to reprice your portfolio. Now, Bitwise actually published this, which was very interesting. So they say a 5% capital rotation from gold to Bitcoin could send Bitcoin to $242,000. Now, this chart is actually very interesting. So it shows right here, guys, if we were literally just to have 1% of the capital from gold go into Bitcoin, we would see Bitcoin go to $134,000, right? If we saw just 2%, we're looking at 161, 3%, 188, 4% $215,000, and 5% would be $242,000. This is actually insane. And again, this is obviously based off of Bitcoin being at a current price of 107,000, which we already know is not. It's at 91K. Okay, so again, very, very interesting to see, and one that makes you think, like, when this does actually happen, what's going to happen to Bitcoin? Now, some more interesting things. Florida files a bill for a strategic Bitcoin reserve in 2026. This will allow 10% of public funds to hold Bitcoin. Obviously, guys, this is huge. Now, we already know that Texas bought, I believe, $10 million worth of Bitcoin, and there's a bunch of other states that want to go ahead and buy Bitcoin as well. So again, very bullish. Now, we can't have a video without a little bit of Moonboy numbers. $161 billion Van Eck predicts that Bitcoin will hit $2.9 million by 2050. Now, when it hits 2050, guys, the world will be a completely different place. I mean, in 2050, I think we're going to have AI completely take over. We're going to have so many robots we don't know what to do with. I mean, I know a lot of people will be a lot older, right? I will literally double in age. I'm 25 right now. In 2050, I will be 50 years old. Lord knows what my life is going to look like in 2050. But will we see Bitcoin hit $2.9 million in 2050? What do we think? Some food for thought. And finally, guys, Morgan Stanley plans to launch a digital wallet later this year to support Bitcoin and crypto assets. Saylor called it, major banks are adopting Bitcoin in 2026. And guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, like I said, please do leave me a like and subscribe down below. If you guys do enjoy these videos, please let me know because it really does help a lot. And guys, that is it for today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Adios.